And a
We're
one, and
back.
a two, and a one, two, three, four.
We're back for
Hey,
another week.
everybody. This is my shimmy.
That's your shimmy shimmy. Okay.
My shimmy shimmy
Your
Saturday.
Saturday shimmy
My
dance.
there you go. Share it Saturday. We're back and we're live, rolling. Hi everyone. Welcome
Oh,
back to
what's up,
another
D Limin
episode, to
Crew?
another Share It Saturday with the Unfiltered Limin podcast. I'm B, Hasten Sensation.
And I am L, the Dominica Diva.
Thank you for always coming in, supporting the Limin Crew. We appreciate you. And again, the purpose of the Share Saturday disclaimer is to basically wrap up our week. We dropped a new season 7 beginning of the year, and every week we have an episode that drops on Thursday. So Saturday is basically for us to share highlights, when some of you guys' comments, and just some of the things that we learned and came up about the episode, and we want you to share with us and we're sharing with you. So that's basically the purpose of the episode. And disclaimer, this is positivity. We keep it positive. This is our own perspective. This is our own opinion of our experiences. This is not facts. We're not professional doctors, licensed therapists, psychiatrists. We're not none of these professions. Okay, we're just regular people from Caribbean background, culture, that have been raised in this American culture, and we just talk about all type of subject, such as the one of this past couple of weeks, which is love and loss. So we're gonna start out with love. How's your weekend? How's your day, Elle? And let's get it kicked off.
Listen, people, I was fighting for my life this week, but I survived.
You have
So
been
I
fighting a
won.
lot for your life the past couple of weeks.
I swear,
What's
I don't know
going
what
on?
is happening. I don't know what's happening. 2026 is I don't know. I feel like, though, in all honesty, it's gonna be a fabulous year despite everything that's going on in the world.
Right.
I still, would love to stay positive, and
Mhm.
I believe that it's gonna be a fabulous year.
Right.
But at the same time, also too, in the process, there's always going to be fight and turmoil. It's never gonna come easy. Because
Mhm.
even though, to get to the point where you be like, this was great, this was a great year, this is a great
Mhm.
day, you still gotta fight through it to get to that point to be able to say that.
Right.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I am grateful for another day. I'm grateful for another week. I'm grateful to hang out with you, the D Lyman crew. I'm grateful for you guys coming back another weekend, and we could just sit here and chat and chop the shit, yo. So, uh,
True.
shoot the
It's a
shit, whatever.
good. It's a good, what they call it. It's a good decompress, right? It
Yeah, it's
is
a
good
compressor. Yeah,
to,
for the week.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so we're gonna start off with wins, right? We're talking about love and loss. I'm gonna talk about love, a win that I saw today. Not today, actually earlier this week on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. It was very beautiful. It was a couple exchanging vows,
Mm-hmm.
and I applaud the young lady. Actually, I should play it in the background, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to show it online, but I'm going to play it in the background. So just so you guys can hear it and get the full context. I'm sure a lot of you probably already heard this, but delicious for you more. Most importantly, I promise to keep you happy, to keep your belly full and your bowls empty. You see the description? No, I didn't. It said till my throat memorizes every vein. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'll let you go ahead. What did you think when you heard it?
I was gassed. My mouth was open. But you know what? Why I call that a win? Because
Yeah.
I am a lover. I'm a believer. I believe in love, and I feel like it's a beautiful thing to get to the point in your life that you could stand at the altar and that person is your person, and you could be like, I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep your belly full. You could look them in the eyes. I want to keep your belly full, and I want to keep
Mm-hmm.
your balls empty. Okay.
That, yeah.
Then, to take it a step further, then your goal in life is to make sure your throat memorizes every vein.
Do you feel like,
No,
if you feel
I
like let me ask you this. My first question for you. Um, Because I'm trying to think of Mr. Would that be something that you would do? Would that be some type of, would you say these things in the setting?
Oh, okay, so that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Because in my mind,
yes,
mm-hmm. I feel like I would love to come to be at that point. Mm-hmm. I'm up here expressing my vows. I already decided to express it in front of my whole entire family. Right. I'm being truthful and honest, and I'm stripped down. This is how I feel about you, and I have no problem expressing that to the world.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But
there's a boundary you're not gonna cross.
I know, and it's not that I'm not gonna cross. I just kind of feel like also too, like, do I have the cojones to say that? That's my thing. Do I have the cojones to say that? Because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this is where I'm at, right? This is how I feel about you. I have no problem expressing. I have gotten to this point. I have trusted you with my life.
Right.
And I have gotten to this point, and I got that much love for you, and this is how I feel, and I'm professing my love to you.
Right.
But do I have the cojones?
Right.
How fast can I say it? Maybe they won't hear me say it.
Got you.
That's the only thing for me.
I feel like I would, because of my Scorpio ass. I would.
Well, see, that's the thing. See, and that's the thing, because she don't, like they said, she don't give a F. And I love that. I love that for her.
I do too. I feel like it just keeps, I feel like nowadays with people expressing their love for their partner, I feel like this is not our parents' wedding where, you know what I mean? We're coming with so much more as women. I feel like, and nothing against our parents' generation, but I heard someone said, and I'm going to give, is it Jessie Wu? I heard someone say that back in the day, women were like kids, seen and not heard. Right? Like when it came to like expressing themselves, that's how they described it and all of that. So I feel like when our parents' generation maybe got married, maybe they were like, yo, we just saying I do. We want to come in and give the pretense that we're virgin married, you know, on our white and perfect bride and all that. And I'm not saying our generation, we don't want to perceive like that, but I feel like we don't. Like, yo, we're not coming in thinking that you're getting kudos. I don't want nobody that's a virgin coming at me. But I'm just saying our generation is like, look here, buddy. Like, we're going to come as we are in a way, and we're not going to give the prefix or whatever that we're all perfect, we got things together, that, you know what I'm saying, your bride is just whatever. So I feel like our generation, yeah, this is the time to say these kind of things. But on the flip side, my question is, with all that she said, because I love it for her. Love it. She gets hearts for me. Love that for her. Love telling him like, yo, my throat. I love that for her.
Keeping I was like,
wow. I love all of that. But in talking about love, do we believe with all of these things that she's saying, one, will she be able to keep up that? And secondly, is that a recipe for him never stepping out? Because that's where my mind went. My mind went to,
because we talked about this last week. We talked about that last week. A person's going to do what they're going to do.
So with all of these things that she's saying, one, do you think that she's really going to be able to keep up with that? And even with her, because I do believe some people, yes, they can do it. Some women have a high drive.
I'm going to say some couples, they have a high sex drive. So if you meet someone who can match your energy, then
my other thing too,
because I know a couple. I know a couple right now.
My mind goes, if my mister tells me all these things, and the one day he don't do it, I'll be like, oh, remember our vows? You said.
Yeah, that's
I feel like that's the other thing with professing that. Is that now you got to keep the standard, It's like you have now set the bar.
But I feel like maybe the standard was already set prior to that. That's why they got to the altar. The standard was already set. So that they ain't saying nothing new to each other. Granted, I think he was embarrassed because that, you know, like, yo, your family's in the crowd. Like, did they just?
But the thing is, her family, both of their families should be happy because
they are happy, but they probably know that these two, they come over for dinner and they always disappear at a certain time of the night.
Not only that, I feel like as a mother of a son, and we all know that men are visual, physical, most of them. I'm not saying they're not emotional because they are, but if my future daughter-in-law knows that she needs to do these things, I'm shot nipper. I'm gonna be that mother-in-law, like, yo, yes, a baby girl, because you know the assignment.
I love it. You know the assignment. I love it.
You know the assignment. I wouldn't feel embarrassed. I will feel like, again, I think that's what I said. With our generation and our parents' generation, I feel like our generation as a parent, I will feel like, yes, that's what it should be about, because I'm sorry, sex is a big part of a marriage. So if you're in front of your family, let's not pretend like they're not doing that. If if they're open and honest to have the conversation, then you know both of their needs are going to be met. Then you bringing your son or your daughter to someone, and that's not a conversation that you're having to make sure, like, you know, like, hey, make sure y'all keep each other satisfied. Like, that's part of a relationship, of a healthy relationship. I'm not saying I need to know the details, but as a parent, yes, baby girl, I'm clapping. Look, where you need a room? You need a room right now? Like, I'm like, yo, let's wrap it up. Yeah, she knows the assignment. I'm cool. I'm like,
I love it. She knows the assignment. I love it.
Yes. I'm happy. There's no embarrassment over here. She's expressing her love to her husband.
Yeah.
He's no longer my child. That's her husband.
That is true.
That's what we raised them for. So why am I embarrassed? She does not need to be embarrassed. And I feel like that's a testament to maybe the family have made her feel comfortable for her to say
that is true. That is very true. That's very true.
And it's an open, honest family dynamic. And I feel like it's healthy that you're able to have the conversation, because so many times I feel like in relationship, let's say you do have a family behind you, we talk about, okay, is she cleaning for you? Is she keeping the household? Is she doing this, doing that? Is the man providing? You know what I mean? Or is he going to work? But if you're not being satisfied sexually, who are you going to talk to about that? Mind you, if your parents been married for 50 years, should that not be a healthy question to ask them? How you were able to keep my daddy? How you able to keep my mama? You should be able to tell your children that, yo, sometimes, like, the Limin Crew shared in the comment. If it's something you would do at the altar, would not do. I was just about to make a joke about on myself. Like, maybe if I had said that at the altar, well, you know, my next altar, I'm saving this one.
You save that one. You save that one. You save that one. But I don't, you know, it's funny in the comments. I think a lot of people, obviously everybody applauded her. Just everybody was applauded and happy. But also too, there was a lot of people that were like, oh my God, not in front of my parents. Not in front of my parents. So I was just like, but you're right. I agree with you though. I think his family has made her feel extremely comfortable that's not like whatever. I think it was just a shock value. Like,
yes,
said her throat's gonna learn every vein. Like, I had to process that for a minute. Like
she knows the assignment. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm like, girl, yes, thank you. Somebody knows the assignment, and we should not be.
But you should get to that point. Like, I want to do everything with you. Like, that's just that's what it is. If you don't feel like you want to do everything with that person, that's not the person for you. Now,
also understand. I'm going to elaborate on what you just said. I do think, because I think you say it all the time, even if you're with somebody, I'm a strong believer that you still need to have your own, right? Mm-hmm. Like how you say your own. So you might not want to do everything with the person, but know, like how she said, if she's engaging on I'm going to make this a priority to make you happy. So everybody has their thing. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you feel keeping the home, having kids, whatever it is, she took pride in saying that that's my commitment to you. So you need to find your commitment to that person because you know your person, right? Maybe your man is not the type that he cares about you making sure that your throat and your vein knows or that your balls are empty. Maybe he don't care. He doesn't, maybe he cares more about making sure that you spend quality time, that you give him respect or space enough to be emotional.
Yeah,
and you can promise whatever that thing is for your partner, you need to learn that and give that. Maybe in her case, that's what's important for her partner. She understands that that's what, and that's why she's committed to that, right? So if your person is emotional, then you could say, oh, your vow could be whatever that thing is for your person that you know may be a challenge or an opportunity for you, and you are dedicating to that for that person, and you are now making it an announcement in front of everybody and a dedication and committing that I'm going to take the X because I know that's important to you. You know what I mean? So whatever it is, find it and be clever like she is. Apparently for him, that's important. So, his balls being empty all the time. So, hey. I'm sorry. If you have children in the room, please exit.
It's too late for that. You should have said that in the beginning. It's too late.
I just thought about it right now.
No, it's too late. It don't matter.
My bad.
They're already here.
So the Limin Crew,
so that was the win.
Let us know in the comments if this is something you would say at your wedding in front of your parents, your family, and friends. Let us know. And if you feel, she went too much, let us know too. We like both, and we want to know why. Kind of like, why would you, if it's something like you're saying she's too much, she shouldn't have said that. Let us know why. Let us know your reason in the comments. So we have welcome everybody. Hopefully you guys have, grabbed your tea this morning. What are you drinking? Water again?
Just water.
You trying to stay hydrated?
I'm trying to stay hydrated, and I'm trying to mind my business. That's what I'm doing. Hydrated.
I'm drinking actually sorrel tea. And again,
that's nice.
Yes, I'm, but grab whatever. If you feel like drinking some spirit on this Share It Saturday, grab the drink, sit back, share with us, and let's keep the live going. I have a question based on before we get the show started. What's one cultural rule about love or grief you are officially breaking today?
One rule of cultural grief
or love you are officially breaking today, or if not today, maybe
for grief. I'm going to speak on grief. Just ignoring it or not acknowledging it, and then if you're feeling the emotions of grief, that you're allowed to sit in it for a minute. It's okay to sit in it, go through the emotions you need to go through, take that time for yourself. You're allowed. Yes. So that's what for me, am changing. Where I saw growing up, it's like you just ignore it or sweep it on the rug, or this is just, whatever. And you're allowed to bring up memories and celebrate that person. Yeah, you're allowed to do that. So that's for me.
Yeah, that's good. So the reason I asked that question, because as you guys know, we did part 1 last week, and the full episode is love across culture, but it's love and loss across culture. So we talked about mainly love last week, relationship, how do you bridge the gap? How does your cultural background influence, your relationship moving forward? You have open, honest conversations. So go ahead and check out the episode 88 if you haven't. And then after this live, you guys go back. Please stay on the live and then go back and check out episode 88 and 89. But 89, we talked about the second part. So love, but then also loss, because a lot of time it goes together. You may love somebody, and then what happens? And the example was like my dad passed away when I was 15, and my mom has never been remarried. I don't want to put her business out there, but she's never been remarried and stuff like that. And I went through the process of, I remember when they told her he passed away, that people came over the house and made sure that she was okay. I remember it. Like they came at the house, made sure that she was okay. It was like, of course, a bunch of older, some of her family members, older women in the Haitian community to make sure that she was okay. And I remember like they just had us sitting there. Like nobody really told us or came and told us that our dad passed away. They just wanted to make sure my mom was good. So I basically addressed grief from that point, because a lot of times, like you always say, children are seen or not heard. So even when something tragic happens, they don't always consider the child's emotion.
That's what I remember. They just didn't say anything. So you guys just found out from overhearing the conversation?
Yes, because kids are seen and not heard, right? So we knew that my dad was sick, and that's a whole different story. Maybe we'll have that conversation behind the paywall when we do subscribers and all this other stuff. But we knew he was sick, and then so yes, it's basically people came over the house when it happened, and yeah, we were basically around. And mind you, we were in our teenage years, so. But it was like nobody actually came and sat down and said, "Hey, this is what happened." They were like, "Yeah, we're basically around." And all these people were coming at the house, and we're like, "What's going on?" And it was just like, yeah, making sure that my mom was good, what she needed, all this stuff.
And then your mom never sat and talked to you guys?
No. And if she, no, because I would remember, no, she didn't. And again, if she did and I blocked it out, forgive me. Thank you, babe. But no, it was never a conversation. And again, if you listen to the episode last week, my mom and my dad had love and hate relationship, I guess. My mom is very like a woman scorned, I would say, just on how my dad treated her. And I love my dad deeply, rest in peace. But I do think as a woman, as a father, love him, but we have to be able to disassociate our parents. And as a husband, I do think he did some stuff that I'm like, okay, father,
that was not appropriate.
That's not appropriate. That's not okay. You did, you know what I mean? So I feel like on those aspects, she warranted for her feelings, absolutely. But how, like, we gotta heal. We gotta move on. We gotta heal. Yeah. I can't tell her healing, but it goes back with love and loss, right? Like the healing journey, like you're saying. So I don't think my mom has ever properly healed, because her emotion when it comes to my dad is all based on such a hate. I don't want to say hatred. I don't know what's the word.
There's probably a lot of unresolved issues.
Yes.
A lot of unresolved. There's a lot of like, why?
Yes.
Because I feel like when my mom passed and I was in the house and I heard my dad, like, I guess having conversations with himself or conversations with her, and there was a lot of like, why? You could have just did this. You could have said that. You could have, it was just like, which I thought was just so heartbreaking. That was just, yeah. So,
but the difference between your parents is that they loved each other. So they're going to be, but my mom, I feel like she really does have hatred for my dad. I'm sorry. Let me clarify.
Oh God. But she loved him at one point.
My parents totally different.
Him. Yeah, but she loved him at one point.
Oh, absolutely.
She loved him at one point. So then,
because you have
then it becomes, and then it becomes like, even though now I hate you, but then you got to think about, at some point, I'm sure her mind went back to the point when they did love each other. And wow, I wonder what would have happened if we could work this through. What would have happened if we made different choices? Then it becomes the what if.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you. And I feel like on top of that, it's also the other, it's like basically he was her first and you have two kids. So the thing is, it would be one thing if I'm with somebody, I date somebody and I'm engaged, or I'm married to somebody and the person, and we don't have any kids. I'm not saying that, and let's say the person, either we break up or goes their way. And yes, I'm going to feel some type of way, but I feel like when you're constantly having to raise that person's children.
And y'all probably look like him too, and she got to look at y'all every day.
Right. Like I feel like my sibling does. Like both of my siblings look like my dad. well, his son is not from my mom. So let me my one sibling that he has, me and my sister, I feel like she does look like my dad and I look like my mom, but I feel like my personality is like my dad. Like, I feel like my personality is very much like my dad. You know, I have a close group of friends. I'm they'll come around my house with no bullshit. I'm able to take myself out of situation. I feel like my personality is a lot like him. In some aspect, because again, he passed when I was 15. So there's a lot of his character of who he was that I'm not sure I know. But the little time that it is spent with him, I feel like our personality is a little bit the same.
So that your personality, so then that's a constant reminder of that person. Because because my dad says to me that my mom used to say to him, like, oh, you know, she's just like you. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know that till after she was gone. I was like, really? Because I worked. I feel like I worked hard to try not to be like him.
But that is so funny you say that, because I remember when I got divorced with my son's father, and same thing, I was working so hard not to be like my mom. And I remember my brother-in-law called me and he was like, you're trying so hard to not be like her that you're ending up like her. So he's like, just embrace that and then learn from it, because she does have good quality, but you're running from trying not to be like that person that you're making yourself be. So whenever he said that, that's when my mind also changed. You know what I mean? To be like, oh shoot, if somebody that's so close to me is noticing that, then I'm not successful. Yes. So then that also helped me, like, on my journey of really like, okay, I need to do something different. Embrace and stuff like that. So definitely. So so when it comes to loss, I don't feel that we receive the proper assistance or support.
No.
People would say, oh, you know, I'm sorry your dad passed away, but it was never like, how do you feel about it? How do you know what I mean? Like, what's going through your mind about it? Like, they never did that. But I feel like a lot of people gave my mom support. And I just wish that, and even, you know, this generation of Haitians, like, understand that if something happens and your kids are young, no matter what, if it's their grandmother, uncle, somebody in the family, if there's a loss in a funeral and you're making these children attend this funeral and they know the person, they've been around the person, they're old enough to understand, like they had a relationship built with that person, you guys need to have a conversation with these children. You need to sit down.
Yeah, it has to be. That's what we cannot continue to do what they did.
Yes. You definitely need to have a conversation to the kids if they're able to understand and they knew this person and this person was like close family member. Even if they're not, I just feel like we should be able to talk to our children about life and death, about what happens and things like that, because they're going to ask questions and they're not going to, and that's another opportunity I feel like for us to be emotionally available to our children, so that way, like how you said, for you to be able to understand what's the emotion that's coming out, and you're able to talk about it and sit in it, because you're gonna go through what they tell you. There's the grieving process that you're gonna go through. The stages. Angry, the stages. There you go. There's definitely the stages, and I think there's nothing wrong with going through the stages and allowing people to go through the stages. And understanding the stages, because I would have to say there's been people that have passed, and for me, I'm not gonna say I didn't understand the stages. I did, but not to the degree, because I'm also on survivor mode. Like, oh, this needs to get done. This needs to get done. This needs to get done, right? And you go through survival mode, and then I'm like, I don't want to break down, because if I break down, everything around me is going to break down. So then, no, that's not, you know what I mean? And then when I'm by myself, then you have your little breakdown of shit, what's happening? Because if you don't, your body will release it.
It will. And that's why I tell people like that I've known that have lost people after what I went through, I'm like, yo, when it hits you, just let it go.
Yep.
Let it go. You got to let it go. You got to get it out. Just, whatever. And there's going to be things that are going to trigger you.
Yes.
Commercials. Commercials will trigger you. Commercials. Like, what the hell?
And I think that's what we don't spend enough time talking about in our community. Well, yeah. And like you said, the celebration, I do know, what was it, in the African culture, they have a process, and I like their process. I think they give, like, if your husband passes away, I think in the people that keeps the culture, they give, like, again, if you are from Africa, one of the country in Africa, and what I'm saying is wrong or I'm missing some information, please feel free to correct me. I'm not one of those people that I'm going to say I know. I've just heard before that you guys give the person 30 days or stuff to grieve. And the women in the village or the women around them basically do everything for them, take care of the kids, take care of the household. Like, all you're doing is just sitting there and grieving for that. They, like, give you a time period to grieve, and then you don't have to worry about anything. Like, you're not lifting a finger.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, during that time that you're completely. And then I think after that time, so your person passes away, they're giving the grief period, you're planning the funeral. Once the person is buried, then I think maybe that might be a little bit of time after that. But then after that, you've gone through the process. Now it's like getting you back into, okay, now you got to go back to taking care of your kids now. But they do give you a time frame, and I appreciate that. And I think it goes back to what you were saying last week. That's one thing that when we talked about in last week's live, is that having that elders community where they are certain tradition that they keep, right? And that's one of the ones.
Yeah. That's nice. That would be a beautiful tradition. Oh my God, that would support the community and grow the community so much. It'll be so much healthier for everybody.
Yeah.
In their emotional state, mentally, that would be so, oh my gosh. Yeah. That's because I actually had an aunt who, when her husband passed, and she basically just stopped talking. She just sat there and just stopped. She just,
oh wow. Really?
Yeah, that was real. And she had 4 kids, and she just stopped talking, just sat there and was like,
yeah, you just never know. That's one thing. Like, you just, you never know. But we don't want to be morbid.
Yeah, not to get too morbid. Now moving on.
But that's the thing. We got to talk about love, because think about it. If you're married to somebody, because I think about this a lot. I'm married to somebody, and I'm married to the person for the rest of my life. And let's say that this person goes before me. Like, Lord, we got to talk about these emotions. We got to talk about how you're going to cope, because I feel like in our culture, we don't talk about it. So when it happens, we just, again, being taught that to just go in survival mode. And I don't think that's always healthy sometimes, to go in survival mode, because then everybody around you is in survival mode and you're not giving a space to. So, again, with love comes loss, and the loss doesn't have to be a partner. It could be, we love our children, we love our parents, we love our, our close family members, and it's going to happen because that's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. As much as we would like to deny, deny, avoid, whatever, like, as much as we would like to, we don't, it's just, it sucks. It sucks. That's all I got for y'all, folks.
Yeah.
That's all I got, but it's
I have a fun question. I have a fun question. We're going to go through this. So when you're going to either love or loss, right, and you're trying to heal, what are 3 songs, anthem songs for your soul, like, that you go to? Do you have any songs?
Mary J. Blige, girl. When you going through it, when love.
I'm going down. Which one? She got so many.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Well, that could be taken many different ways, because the throat and the vein could be you going down.
Now we're going there, right? We're going there. That's where we're going. Okay. All right. We just went there. Okay. Maybe that was not the right song. I'm going down. That's true.
It's a perfect song. It could be.
And that could, yeah.
I like the songs where it could be used for love.
Multifaceted songs. Okay, that's great.
My God. Again, children 18 or younger, exit stage.
Girl, it's too late for that. You late.
Oh my God, sorry.
Sit down. Have some popcorn. You might learn a thing or two. Shoot.
No, I'm not with Lisa now. I don't want no parents to come after me.
Listen, that's for them to supervise their children. Ain't nobody.
They probably know more than we do, anyways.
Yeah, they probably do. Man,
now they have social media.
They know more than what we knew at their age. Just point blank. Period. So, what song do you have in mind? What comes to mind?
What song comes personally in mind? Is there a song? It depends on my mood. I don't have a particular song
for love.
For love, it depends on the mood that I'm in. I have like different artists, and it depends on like what type of, how deep is the love, how shallow is the love, what mindset am I with the love.
Okay, all right.
You know, so I have different.
While you figuring that out, I'll bring up another one. Bob Marley.
Yes.
I Want to Love You. Ooh. Every day and every night. I want to hold you. Yeah. That's that right there.
Well, you know, since you brought up
Bob Marley, that one. Huh?
I do like the Turn the Lights Down Low, him and Lauryn Hill's remix.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's a nice one.
Oh, that one's nice.
I mean, that is really nice. That one, it's my go-to.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a song for everything, because there's certain Haitian artists that I listen to too. And oh my gosh, there's one, Woody Woodboy. He has a lot of songs. Mm-hmm. And he's one of my go-to artists too. Not because he's always about the love aspect, because the songs he sings are very realistic. Sometimes they're trifling, but there's a song that he has, and basically I have to find it for y'all, but the song is about like he's married and temptation comes and he's trying to like, and the song he talks about how, yo, why are you coming to tempt me, devil? Like, no, I love my wife and all that good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So
I gotta listen to that one.
Listen to that one is a good one. So there, like I said, there's certain artists I feel like, but yeah, Bob Marley is definitely one. Another Bob Marley song is the Mental Liberation song, Redemption song. Yes, that one is a good one.
Okay,
right. Another one which I feel like my son got me into, Thames. Okay, TEMS, and Peace of Mind. Yeah. Peace of Mind is a good one. I do like Peace of Mind, especially if you're going through rough time. It talks about like how you just want your peace of mind. You know what I mean? And it just gives you a sense of sometimes there's a lot going on, but you do still need your peace of mind. You still need to be able to function and just be able to like decompress, get away. So that's another one. Do you have another song?
Those are the two that came to my mind. Yeah, those are pretty much the two that come to mind right now. I know there's another one.
There's one that it says, so when I was looking, I did a survey or looked, and they were saying there was another song. It's called The Nostalgic Healing. And that one, and it says nothing heals the Caribbean like the old school. And the person, and forgive me, I've not heard of this person.
Ernest Hammond. Yeah, yes. Hammond. I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that was one that they said is good for healing. So you know, so those were the top three. Again, the Limin Crew, if there are some songs or you have other songs that that's your go-to for healing or for loss, let us know. You know, like definitely put it in the chat. And let us know why. Why that is your go-to, or how did you discover that this song was your go-to? Love to know, because there's so many songs, and I feel like we're gonna do a live for y'all where Lisa's gonna pick her top 5 and I'm gonna pick my top 5, and for every kind of, for relationship, for love, for loss, for cheating, for whatever, there's a song, there's a Caribbean song for everything.
Oh my God, yes.
Everything.
Yes.
and we don't think about it. So we're gonna pick ours, and then we're gonna do a compilation and come to y'all with it, because I feel like, yeah, there's a song for everything. You be cracking me up though when I listen to it. I was like, wait a minute, what are they saying? Yeah,
Yes. Especially
new
Caribbean songs. Lord
relationship.
Jesus.
You
Yeah.
want to fall in love. You don't want to fall in love. You want to cheat. You want to do whatever. There's a song for everything.
Yeah.
It's cracking me up though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
definitely let us know in the comments your top 3 song.
Yes. So what else is going on? What else happened this week? I'm trying to think.
There's so much that happens. But the Limin Crew, while Lisa is gathering her thought about what happened this week, we want to share, and we started sharing with you guys last week. We are going to start collaborating, people.
Oh,
You mentioned it, right?
Yes.
So we have our hello at unfilteredliming.com. You are welcome to send us a request. And people, y'all already know who I am. Don't come with no shenanigans and no BS. We want legitimately resources that's going to help our community. We want people. We are going to vet you, but we're going to collab in one of our upcoming season and just provide resources that help in our community. So if you have a legitimate resource or business or something that you want to help the community, it doesn't have to be only Caribbean, it could be American, whatever, and you want to come on and collab with us, we are opening up our podcast to you. So please submit your request to hello, HELLO, at unfilteredliming.com. And we'll review it, and when we're ready to schedule a talk to you, we'll do that. Please remember, when you email us, put your contact information, valid contact information, email, and what your resource is, what it does, your purpose, your what it does for the community, and then we'll reach out. We actually have 2 right now that I want to share with you guys, and I think Lisa mentioned it last week, so I'm going to share one of the ones that we had, and then Lisa could talk about it for you guys. Let me bring it up. And it is, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do, people.
Hang tight. Hang tight.
When you go live, this is what happens.
Yes, you just don't know. You just don't know.
On your screen.
Oh, one of the funny things that happened this week also too. Well, first of all, let me talk about this. Anybody's going to be in Dominica. There is a fashion show, a fashion extravaganza going for gold. They have on April 11th. So if you're in Dominica on April 11th, make sure you stop at this fashion show. It'll be held at Realm, REALM. Time starts at the 5:30 p.m. Get your tickets. They have early bird tickets at $80, and then they have early bird tickets for balcony seating. That is $150. So make sure you get it. And the phone number on here to get your tickets is 767-315-7171. And as you see the flyer on here, we also posted it on our Instagram and Facebook. So definitely, if you're in Dominica, make sure you check it out. It's going to be fabulous.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yes.
Not this year, but we're definitely going to go. If they continue it, the Unfiltered Liming will be live in Dominica for y'all.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, well, definitely. I definitely have to get the dates for next year because I will be actually back in Dominica, but just not over those dates. And I'm going to find out from her, and maybe we can kind of schedule it that we're actually there during that time next year. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I will also, she's super excited, and I love a good fashion show. I am a sucker for fashion. So
yes,
that's my wheelhouse.
We have an episode about that. We talked about it. Lisa loves fashion. I have a love and hate. Check out the episode. We'll probably link it.
And then in my younger years, I partaked in several fashion shows. So that's another reason why, like, I have a very special place. Like, I love a good catwalk. I love it. It warms my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find your thing. The
Yeah.
other one that I wanted to share with, and this person is actually going to come on. So it's one of our upcoming collabs that we're going to do. And this person is actually a very good friend of mine. And you know me, I'm not going to come on here with no BS for y'all, right? Like this person is certified. This person knows their stuff. So it's support. Let me get this right for y'all, because I don't want y'all coming for me. So if you see here, what?
I said, girl, ain't nobody coming over here.
I'm just saying, in the comments, people nowadays, but it supports hvactrade.com. We all know in this day and age, having a trade, that college is not for everyone. And having a trade sometimes could be beneficial. And we all know like HVAC is not going anywhere. There are certain trades that are not going to go anywhere. And this person is O'Neill Fuller. He's been doing this for quite a long time. And he actually has a program that if you wanted to know more about HVAC, how do you invest, how do you support, he actually also has a few books out there. He's doing the damn thing. But you could email O'Neill at supporthvactrade.com to get more information. And he basically will run down through how his program works, how he helps, especially young Black men. I know that's one of his passion. He helps everybody, but I do know that he especially likes to support young Black men because they look like him and he wants to give them a leg up. So that's definitely, he's someone that we would vouch for. But you go to his handle, I believe also on Instagram, is supporthvactrade.com. You can email him. The phone number is also on here, 346-946-1010. And you could just email or call to get more information on how to invest in the future of HVAC, as you can see on here. But definitely, I would say, and he'll give you guys more information. But definitely, I think it's, again, if you are a sponsor, if you're somebody that you want to invest and you are, or even if you are a person listening and you want to get in the trade of HVAC, right? And you want to know how it works and how to get started, he will be a great resource for you guys to do that. So wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, see, look at us. We are moving on up. We share stuff in our community. Look at us, the Limin Crew. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
I know.
Get it?
Change is coming. There's another song. Oh, yeah. Change is coming. Yes. Sam Cooke. That's a good one, too.
That is.
Sometimes when you get a motivation, when things are not going right and you want to believe, that's a good song. See, all there's a song for everything, people. Definitely there's a song for everything. So
there is.
Yeah, so let us know, the Limin Crew. Of course, we're gonna put our poll up pretty soon. So we actually have covered everything. We're gonna give you back your Saturday, but again, we're gonna be here. We're taking a break, right? We're taking a break for a couple of Saturdays.
Yes.
We'll be back in a couple of weeks because you all know we got lives too, people. We love y'all lives. We got things that we gotta do. We gotta, keep our home with our buses of kids, with our family, with our partners, friends, love. We got things that we could be doing.
We got kids just popping up, knocking on the door, like, I'm home.
Look, I'm just telling you.
I love that.
We want to be, and again, love. You got to give yourself time to nurture love, right? You got to give yourself time to nurture love, and you got to give yourself time to heal from loss. You like that segue?
Yeah, I do. But and also piggybacking on what you're saying, and to tie up what we talked about, this part 1 and part 2. I'm a believer in love. There's still love. I know last week we talked about people cheating and people different kind, and Black men don't cheat, and this week we're talking about memorize. We're talking about
Haitian men don't cheat.
Okay, we got that one too, and then we also talked about. And then we talked about the wins of love, to be able to profess your love in front of your family, and saying all the things from emptying your balls to memorizing the veins. All the beautiful things. So I do believe. Listen, we know from what we know right now, we have one life to live. Enjoy it every day like it's the last. If you're going to love, love hard. If you're going to grieve, grieve hard. And if you're going to, it's all those things are going to help you grow as an individual. So we can't be scared of it and we can't avoid it. We can't avoid it, you know? So if someone matches your energy and you guys can just fall in love with each other and give your all to that each other, and hey, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least you know you gave your all, right? Just like you go to work every day and you give your all, you can give your all to your personal life, your love life, your family life, and all of those things. So, and even Cinderella
agrees.
She agrees. Okay, so
she's always on time, but she agrees.
Yes. So I am gonna end by saying, don't give up on love.
Yeah, that was a good segue into our poll. So I'm gonna post our poll, and our poll is: how are you honoring your heart this Saturday? How are you honoring your heart this Saturday? And we'll give you a few select options to choose from. Are you staying quiet and reflecting? That's A. B is surrounding yourself with your tribe. C, cooking a taste from home. D, trying to make it through.
I'm gonna say D, trying to make it through.
I knew that was gonna be the one.
D, trying to make it through. But yeah, I think all of those are good. All of them are good because I think part of honoring your heart, I mean, the love and support that you get from your friends and family, that also nurtures your heart. Also sitting alone by yourself and just self-reflecting and healing and being gentle with yourself heals to your heart too as well. And what was it? I think I'm missing one.
Cooking.
Oh, cooking. Feeding your heart. Oh my God. Eat your beans. Beans is good for your heart. There you go.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. So cooking is healthy, good for you. So yeah, all those are.
Yeah. Today for me, I feel like I think I was telling you, staying quiet and reflecting, just because the season is changing, and I love nature. So this past week, a lot of the birds have been out doing their thing. The weather's been nice.
Has it?
Huh?
I said, has it? The weather?
Nice. About you, I don't know, but for me, because we stay in different. On my side of this country.
Okay, go ahead, because I'm gonna tell them about my side, but go ahead.
On my side, the weather has been a little nice, and you can tell the season is changing. So I like nature, and you could just tell the green is coming back. You know what I mean? And different spring is in the air, and of course there's a little bit of chill here and there, but not as bad as you. So yeah, I feel like staying quiet and just taking in, that sometimes you could just reflect and not have to be consumed with everything that's going on around you. Like I was telling you this morning, like normally when I would get up, I would turn on some form of like meditation or something like that. And this morning I didn't do it because I was like, it was so nice to just hear, like I said, the birds outside, like my view, there's water. So you know what I mean? So I'm able to just take all that in. So today that was what I did on this Saturday. But go ahead, Lisa.
Girl, this week was a week. Okay. I mean, I think it was, what was it? Wednesday, we had 84 degrees. 84 degrees. I mean, everybody was out. I was on the train. These girls got on the train. They were on their poom poom shots. The poom poom shots were out. Yeah. Okay. The little spandex shorts and spandex tank top running with their dogs just out there like, hey.
That's been me.
They were getting it. I said, I saw some guy come up the train, the escalator or whatever. He had no shirt on. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, 85. Okay, that's fine. Girl, the next day I was at work. I came down to the lobby for something. It was a blizzard. Full on snow blizzard. I said, oh, where's the boom boom shots now?
What song? Do you have a song for that? We need a song for that.
There is a song with the girls with the boom boom shots. Yeah, there's a song for that, but not even that. Okay, and I felt okay. I did not partake in the shorts. I still have my jacket on. I put on a spring jacket, still have my jacket, and I'm guilty because I did. That day was 85. I came home. I opened all the windows, turned the heat. Then I was at work and saw the blizzard and was like, shit, my windows are still open and the heat is still off. I said, oh shit. I came home. The house was like on 63 degrees. I said, Lord have mercy. Bring the blankets back out.
Oh,
It was
goodness.
that I was just like, what we doing, yo? With the weather, what we doing? And then now, I don't know if it's true. They were saying something about Tuesday. There's another snowstorm coming. I knew it. I was saying it to people like, yo, this is the fake me out. That's one thing about growing up in New York.
Fake me out.
The fake me out, yo. The weather always does this around this year. It'd be like, 83 degrees. And we used to be like, nope, a snowstorm coming. And boom, sure enough, a couple days later, it's a blizzard come through. So when everybody was out there with their poom poom shorts, and I was like, no, snow coming. They were looking at me like, no, Lisa, I don't think it's gonna snow. No, snow is coming.
Yeah.
Sure enough, we had a blizzard the next day. And it was enough to leave snow all over the cars and the grass. But they said Tuesday coming up, it's supposed to be more snow again. We're gonna see. Watch. Hold yourself so. Hold yourself.
Hold yourself so. I'm trying to learn. Hold yourself so.
Hey. Hold yourself so. With a poom poom shots.
Well, so next time that we come up, we have to tell you because I've been out with my poom poom, my tights, and my dog. You know, not the little top, but yeah, I've been out because it's been nice. So yeah, Lisa and I are two different spectrum. It has been like I do think like yesterday I had to put like a bigger, thicker jacket, but at the same time, it's been again nice enough for me to enjoy. But no snow, so thank God. And hopefully,
people had their Shirlings back on yesterday in the train. Shirlings. I had my heart, my hat, my scarf, my big puffy coat, everything. I had my leather gloves on, girl. I was like, I was not playing.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. When we talk about in relationship and family, you got to decide where you want your happy to be with your family when you select where you want to live. Because I feel like for me, I'm so sorry. I did live in the DMV area. And I'm going to tell you the pros. I love having access to the DMV area. DMV meaning DC, Maryland, Virginia. Why? Because there's a lot within a short amount of driving time or train to do.
Yeah.
DC, I love having all the museum. Virginia, you got certain spots, restaurant. And then Maryland, same thing. There's a lot of cultural things in Maryland. Like, yo, I was enjoying my little time in Maryland because I have my Haitian restaurant, my African. Like, there's just that I wanted to see museums. I loved it. That's my pros, right? I love connecting with my African people. I love all of that. The embassy, like DC is a vibe. Maryland, the DMV is a vibe. Okay. You know, even Carnival and Baltimore Carnival, love all of that.
I'm waiting for the cons.
The snow.
It's not as bad as New York, though. It's not as bad. Like so for me, I guess I'm like,
you're absolutely right. That's why when I had a choice, and my mom was like, "Oh, you should move to New York and Boston." And every time I talked to my uncle, he was talking about during the winter when I'm down here, there was no. And you're talking about like northeasterns in Boston and all this stuff. I'm like, no, Mom, no.
I think New York, though, would have been a good experience. I don't know about Boston, but New York, never mind. Let's take the snow out for a second. The experience-wise, I think New York would have been cool to experience that.
I've experienced New York before. So
You lived there? You lived there?
No. I haven't lived
there. No, you got to be immersed. I'm talking about live. It's different. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the culture. You talk about the culture and having everything access in the DMV area. It's no match. It's no match.
Yeah.
It's no match. Your people, the festival. I mean, you go to sleep to listening to your
the snow. I was just like, first of all, once you see snow once, my expectation of seeing snow and living in snow, I think people don't understand these two different things. You wanted to see snow like the Hallmark movie and experience snow. where you got it's ice. So what happens with ice? It melts. So everything is wet. So you got to put on clothes, especially if you got to go to work. So now you want me to be wet and cold, and now I got to take ice off of my car. I got to scrape ice off of my. What we do at? Where do we do that at? You got to shovel snow off of the what?
I'm trying to figure out what part you're gonna be wet.
Well, because
it's you rolling around in the snow.
Well, when you got to get out of your car to go to work, when you got to park your car and go into anything, because I'm not staying home the whole entire time. So when I used to drive to work, I'm like, because remember we got to park up the hill.
I forgot about up the hill. We did. But I'm just trying to figure, did you roll down and get wet? Well, I
didn't get wet, but it was just like I didn't have the right again because I'm coming from Florida, Georgia. Well, I came from Georgia.
Oh, so you didn't have the right equipment. Oh no, girl. I keep my Timbs. Now
I got some
scarf, hat, gloves. I keep my shit. Okay, you got to be well. Okay, if you decide to come back up north or whatever, I'll give you a care package. We're gonna get Limin Crew. We're gonna get a care package together for B when she come up north.
Keep it. Give me a care package to the Maldives. I'm not coming back. Don't waste that money on that. Give me a care package to the Maldives, please.
Oh my God, it's an experience. I don't know.
But I would do it. I would probably do it in New York. Yeah, you're right because I did want to live. That's one of my. You know how people have goals. So one of my goals, because I'm almost there and I'm putting that in the future. When I become like that person with all the money, I'm gonna be like how the certain folks have like what do they have? They have like the city house, right? Yeah. And then they have like the vacation house. Yeah. So one of my homes, if I have it's gonna be in one of those prominent cities. Like if it's not downtown DC, downtown New York, or one of those places, I'm gonna have where I come in, those flats. Because I just think like I like living like in the city. I've worked in the city before and all of that.
In the city, like Little Haiti, Spanish Harlem.
Yes.
You got to be in the mix. You have the bodegas, and then at night you can listen to the compa being played at night in the buildings because that's what you go to sleep to. Yep. You know what I'm saying? 3:00 in the morning, the music is still. You just go to sleep to it. It's like a lullaby. Yep. That's why I'm like sometimes to me down here in DC, I'm like it's too quiet. It's so funny that I have grown up, and even when we moved to Long Island, girl, it was deafening. It was
because you're way away from everything.
Oh my God, girl, I couldn't take it, and that's how I got into. I have to sleep with music. It's crazy. I gotta sleep with music. I gotta sleep with something going on in the background. Because if let me tell you something, if I fall asleep and I don't turn anything on, I will wake up in the middle of the night like it's too freaking quiet. I'll wake up.
Really?
I'm opposite. The dead silence. I told this client one time, whatever, she was talking about the city and the trains was too noisy or whatever. And she's from the countryside somewhere. And she's like, oh, I love the peace and quiet. And I told her, I said, actually, the quietness keeps me up. And those little things like crickets and shit that be going on, that keeps me up. And she was like, really? I said, yeah. You give me a train noise any day, girl. That sucker put me to sleep.
See, I'm opposite. I'm like your client. I like the noise of nature. So when it's quiet, because I just feel like to me,
I feel like somebody's coming out the bushes.
But I feel like that when it's busy, I feel like in the city, all the noise is when there's chaos. I was just like, yo, because for me, like if I hear noise, I'm like, what's happening? So I feel like that when it's too much noise.
And maybe psychologically, it's the fact that when you hear noise, you know there's somebody around, so you good. When it's so quiet, I'm like, yo, somebody can get you and nobody would ever know. And then even when I go visit my girlfriend Kia out, and she's out in Maryland, and I'm driving, I'd be like, I'm going to the countryside. There be no lights. And that's another thing too. There be no lights. I'd be like, what's with this no light business?
It's developing.
I need lights. And then you go out there and you got deers jumping out and shit. No.
Yeah.
No, you don't even see nothing coming. I guess that's why I like the city. You see what's coming.
Oh, okay.
You see what's coming. There's
Yeah.
always people on the street. There's always like, yo, you never. Maybe it's because you're not alone. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, maybe. And sometimes, maybe for me, that's why I like sometimes to have my peace of mind and not be around people, because people to me sometimes are crazy. So that could be the reason why I like. But you're right, though. I like a mixture of both. I don't like to be totally secluded, like you said, if something happens. But I like to be close enough where if I want that, I can get it. But in the middle enough where, yo, y'all are crazy. Let me go seclude myself to get my peace of mind and all this other stuff. So I do agree with you. I do. You're right. Like it gives you a sense. But for me, a lot of times, to why I like the country, I like to look at the stars, and I feel like
stars.
What's the star. You don't look at the stars.
Well, we don't see no stars.
So I feel like
in the city, girl, there ain't no stars. There's smog. You don't see no stars.
So that's why for me, like I feel like I like both. I like to immerse myself in, just the. And I don't know, but I feel like when you come down here, I gotta take you at night to the beach. Like, right. Okay. It's just a different vibe because you're able to see the star and look up, and the beach is so beautiful. So that part of nature, I feel like I like, because it just gives me a sense of, oh my God, this is way bigger than what we are. Does that make sense?
I guess when I go to Dominica, I see stars.
Yes.
When I go to Dominica, I see
exactly.
stars.
Yes. So, yeah. And you're able to see the beach and see all of just like, I just feel like it just makes me always think, well, now that, coming live to you guys, it makes me be in a place where I'm like, there's so many things bigger than us.
Oh, yeah.
So it puts me back aligned and center that whatever I'm going through, there's always something bigger. So that's probably why I like the country, because then you're able to step away. And maybe that's why sometimes the city is too much, because you're constantly in that chaos, constantly in that hustle. So you're not able to be like, oh my gosh, people always hustle. And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Yes. And then I think like, okay, I eventually want to move out the city. But then I think I'm probably going to be that annoying neighbor, because I'm going to get the floodlights and light the whole property up, because I need to see what is coming. What animals are coming? I need to see. Yeah, it's going to be.
But I feel like the neighborhoods that they're building now, a lot of them are adding more lights. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's getting there. You just got to pick the environment that has that already. And maybe not like I said, not too much in the country, but not too much outside the city. You need like a balance, because I feel like that's how I am. I like to be able to be close enough where I could, but then I still want, like you said, everything the city offers. The nightlife and all this other stuff. So
I love the convenience. I did move. Well, I used to live downtown DC, and I moved on the outer skirts of DC. I feel like I'm in the suburbs of DC, actually. And I do miss that. Like, I didn't have to have a car. I got rid of my car, and I could just walk everywhere. And
yes,
I did love that. I
feel like it keeps you healthy.
It does. The
other thing too, because I, like you said, like to mind my business. I feel like sometimes when you do live in the city and there's so many people, you can't help but when stuff is happening, I don't want to be a witness.
Well, did we talk about this? I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah. So this is what happened to me. Like my neighborhood is next to a couple of neighborhoods. So I walk into like a different. So one of the neighborhoods I walked in this morning, I'm walking, and again, I'm enjoying. And then I don't know who wife was upset this morning, but she was cussing somebody out. And I was like, oh, let's go. And I'm pulling, of course, that's when the dog wants to sniff. And I'm like, no, let's go. I'm like, I don't want to be a witness. I don't want to listen to this conversation.
You don't want to get on the news and be like, well, I was taking a walk.
I don't know nothing.
And I saw he was yelling and screaming.
I don't understand nothing. I don't know. I was not a witness. I don't know.
He had a blue jersey on, white sneakers. And let me tell you, he was getting it.
That's the only thing with the city that I would say I do not want to be witness to the fussing of people and not knowing what to do in those environments.
You ain't got to do nothing. You just keep going. You don't have to do nothing.
But if you live in the city and it's happening in your neighborhood and all your stuff, there's lots of times I'm like,
people for the most part mind their business. For the most part.
That's the problem that I have. That's the problem.
You want them to mind their business, or you don't want them to mind their business?
I sometimes I'll speak for me.
Confused.
Sometimes it's hard to know what to do. Like if I hear somebody being abused or there's a fight or it escalates, I get where I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because I don't want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. If you hear fighting and people are fighting for 2-3 hours, you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do?
Sounds like a normal day in the city to me. Sounds like a normal day.
I'm just like, is this normal? What? Mm-hmm. That's the only part that I don't like. I don't like to be in the middle of.
You ain't in the middle. You're a spectator. You're not in the middle.
Exactly. And I don't like to be a spectator. I like to be like, everybody okay? Everybody alive? Everybody. No?
You don't say that. Mind your business. You don't say that. That is what you're not going to do. Don't do that. Mind your business and drink your water. That's what you do.
This is my southern hospitality.
Well, this is my northern hospitality. Exactly. Mind your business and keep it walking.
Lisa and I, Libra, Scorpio, northern, southerner.
Mind your business. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Mind our business.
Yeah.
So you know how much you know how much shit be popping off?
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
We be right in here with the popcorn.
We don't know nothing. And the thing is,
and then the cops have come to my door. I'd be like,
that's what I was about to say. That's the part for me I don't want. I do not want people coming to my door about your shenanigans. I
just be like, I don't know.
Right. I just don't want it on my door. That's the other part too. So yeah, I know that the many times you've said and things is happening, and I just be like, I don't want that life. I want my home to be peaceful, and I know things happen, but I don't want
peaceful. My home is peaceful.
I know, but
it's outside.
You got the one chopping tree at 3 a.m.
My God, you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, she be chopping, and then the other one be chopping trees 3 o'clock in the morning. I be like, yo, every time in the morning. But listen, when you come in my door, my home is peaceful.
Yeah, but I want my neighborhood to be like, I don't want to see naked drunk across my.
Yeah, Mr. across the street with his toilet. Okay, I forgot about that one too. You know, the funniest one to me, this wasn't the funniest, but I thought this was comical. One time the cops came to my door and they walk in the neighborhood. They're like, oh, we're just walking the neighborhood to see if you have seen any disruptions. Have you seen any strange things going on? Anything that you would like to complain to the police department? I looked at her. No. I looked at her, and then at that exact moment she finished her sentence, no exaggeration, 7 like quads. You know what the quads are? The motorcycle quads?
Yeah.
No lie, like 7 to 10 of them, dirt bikes, whatever, came down the street, papa wheeling. No, I cannot make this up. It was like a movie. I cannot.
What did they say?
And she's like, I swear, I opened the door. She asked the questions. It was like on cue. The boys came down the street. She turned around and looked. I turned and looked. Then we both looked at each other. I said, nah, everything's great. I said, nah, everything's great. And she just like looked at me like,
oh my God.
She's like she took a deep breath and she was like, well, yeah, we can't really do anything about that. I said, okay, well, you have a nice day.
Right, like just stand on my front porch.
Yeah,
You can see you all you need to see.
I could not make this stuff up. I could not make it up. And then I was like, all right, well, have a nice day. She's like, well, you sure there's nothing else? I said, well, now that you bring it up, right over, I can't even say with a straight face. Over there in the driveway, there's a body marking chalk. It's been out there for 3 weeks. Is someone going to clean that up?
Not a body.
Yeah, like, no, it's a body. Someone passes away and they chalk the body. The chalk was still on the street of the body. I said, you gonna get somebody to clean that up? It's been about 3 weeks. And she looked and she was like, what? I said, you walked right past it. She's like, oh, I didn't see. Okay, I'll go take. I was like, have a nice day.
You're not making my case about the city. You are not making the case for me to live in the city. Please. I was trying to wait for something. You're not making the
I'm sorry.
case. But thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for making my point. I'm going to be living at the beach somewhere.
But you said you want your home to be peaceful. Inside my home is very peaceful. I have no action going on.
I need my neighborhood and my community to be peaceful.
I have no action. The most action I got is how tall can this plant get? I mean, that's the most action I got going on here.
So the Limin Crew. Thank you again so much.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you. Happy Saturday. We appreciate having you guys always coming on, supporting us. Please comment, like, share, subscribe on your favorite platform. We are on all listening platforms, so you can listen to the podcast as well. We have not uploaded the lives on our podcast, but all the episodes are on YouTube and on you can listen to it, and then we'll upload the lives maybe a little bit later on so you can listen to it if you can't view it. But if not, just come to the channel. Like, comment, and share. Listen to the episode. Let us know positive thoughts. Let us know, again, if you wanted to collaborate with us, go to hello, HELLO, at unfilteredlimin.com. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Till next time. Peace.
Bye.